To say Halo has been a success is a gross understatement. For almost a decade, Bungie Studios Halo series has captured the hearts of fans and top sales charts around the world as arguably one of the most beloved first-person shooter franchises in gaming history. With the recent acquisition of Bungie Studios by Activision, Halo Reach becomes Bungie's last contribution to the long-running Halo saga. So is this their magnum opus? Or just another addition to the long-running series? The story in Halo Reach is a prequel to the events of the Halo trilogy. This makes it a really good jumping on point if you've never played a Halo game before, or if you're a new owner of an Xbox 360. The story follows the exploits of Noble Team, a squad of Spartans, and their actions on Planet Reach, one of the last strongholds of human civilization. You play Noble 6, the newest member of the team. When you are sent off to investigate a downed communications tower, you discover you are in the middle of a full-blown Covenant invasion of the planet. Although any Halo fan can tell you the end of Reach in about 5 seconds, the story does do a good job of giving you moments of hope, only to dash them a second later. This really sets the mood and tone for the game's story, which centers around duty, sacrifice, and teamwork.
Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and our thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to end point.
Yeah.
The voice acting is good, and while you won't see Bungie winning any awards for their dialogue, you will be taken back by their ability to move the plot without saying a word in some of the most beautifully envisioned cutscenes I've seen in the series. The choices in camera angles and keeping the dialogue minimal establishes a flow in the story that I have not seen in previous Halo games and is a marked improvement in the developer's storytelling.
Don't leave any alive.
Before you kill your first Covenant troop, you will notice the game looks and sounds better than any other Halo game before it. Bungie comes through in their promise of upgrading graphics and sound in spades. The environments are vibrant and colorful, and the character models, including the guns, have a lot of detail added to them. Overall, the game looks sharp, and it is important to note that the upgrade comes without any clipping issues. The sound has also been an upgrade, particularly in the game's sound effects. The game sounds more vibrant with improved weapon and vehicle effects, and with the added touch of Covenant troops speaking their native tongue. I would be remiss if I did not also mention the game's soundtrack. Martin O'Donnell returns for one last go as the soundtrack composer and doesn't disappoint. The hauntingly beautiful music throughout the game really helps establish the mood of this somber tale, and is the best of the series hands down. Halo Reach's core gameplay is best described as a high-energy, fast-paced frag fest of a first-person shooter. No need for any complex strategies here, just kill everything that is trying to kill you. And try they will. Intermixed throughout the action are well-placed vehicle missions, which do a good job of changing the pace of the game and adding a variety to the experience. All in all, the gameplay is a lesson in good pacing throughout the roughly 8-hour campaign and should keep you interested from beginning to end. The AI, on the other hand, can be a little hit and miss. The enemy AI is well done and does a good job of keeping moving into levels and attempting to use terrain to their advantage in order to outflank you and keep you from staying in one place for too long. The friendly AI, on the other hand, tends to be more of a miss, with friendlies who offer little support in the shooting levels, as well as them still seeming to be having an issue trying to drive a warthog. Now, the AI issues at best are minor, and really don't do much to hinder the experience. Where the gameplay shines the brightest is in the variety of options, both in the campaign and in the multiplayer, that give you a lot of different ways to experience Reach. The campaign mode offers a single player and up to 4-player co-op to choose from. On a side note, I highly recommend trying the co-op with 4 players. It is really fun and offers a little more challenge than the single-player campaign. Then there's the multiplayer, which has just about every conceivable combination of game modes, vehicles, and maps. The intensity you will experience in the multiplayer component of this game is highly addictive and will have you looking at the clock bewildered, wondering how hours have passed so quickly. If you get sick of all the action, you can always spend some time in the Forge and build your own levels for you and some friends to play together. All in all, you will be impressed by the breadth of options, which really give you a lot of bang for your buck.
Engaging.
Halo Reach's level designs are some of the most inspired of the series. Much like the gameplay, the levels in the game offer a variety, which really keep your interest throughout the game. One minute you'll be fighting through a beautiful mountain pass, the next you'll be flying through space, only to find yourself landing on a Covenant ship and fighting in a completely zero-G environment. Along with the variety, the design moves away from the corridor-like gameplay of the previous Halo games into bigger maps that allow for more enemies and exploration. This is a definite improvement and keeps you from feeling trapped by invisible walls and gives a life to the environments you'll find yourself playing in. The designers added some new vehicle levels in the game too, which allow you to fly a helicopter in one mission and fly a space fighter in another. Both the new vehicle missions work well in the game and control-wise come off without a hitch. There are also some new weapons and armor features in the game which add some new life to the series. The new weapon designs offer a great assortment of new weapons which seem to focus on precision, including the very accurate Nita rifle, and mass destruction, including the portable targeting device which allows you to call down artillery strikes on enemy targets, my personal favorite. Other notable new weapons include a pair of grenade launchers, a scoped carbine, and the sweet Covenant beam weapon. Also, the mix are armor abilities added to the game, which give you different abilities to help navigate the levels. The most basic is sprint, but you can also use a jetpack to get to the hard-to-reach places. And my favorite, the hologram, which sends a fake you running across the map to distract enemies, both AI and human alike. Bungie also added improvements to the Forge as well, making the controls and features much more accessible to the novice designer, and adding features that were not found in its previous version, making it even more complete design tool for adding your own content to the community. All these design improvements work within the game well and really help Reach establish its own unique identity in the series. In conclusion, this is easily the best Halo game made to date. The improved production values and fresh level design mixed with the excellent pacing and variety of gameplay make Halo Reach probably the best gaming value at $60 this year. Although we are sad to see Bungie leave the series, they have left behind a game that marks the peak of the series and is a must-play for any first-person shooter fan and highly recommended to anyone else who owns an Xbox 360.